At least 41 Palestinians have been killed in the latest Israeli attacks on Gaza since Thursday morning. Among them are 4 children killed in an Israeli strike on a family home in the north of Gaza City. Civil defense teams have pulled several people, including small children, from the rubble. Israel's 11-week blockade on aid has affected every corner of the Gaza Strip. The UN's warning thousands more children could die because there's simply a lack of food, water and medicine. Palestinians are living in near-famine conditions and are constantly being displaced. Tareq Azzoum is outside central Gaza's largest hospital in Deir el-Balah. Tareq, are we any closer to knowing whether what we understand is 87 aid trucks now that have apparently entered Gaza? Are we any clearer in understanding whether any of that aid is actually being distributed?
Well, Neve, what we do know is that 87 aid trucks entered Gaza yesterday and were successfully offloaded at designated UN warehouses, while some bakeries, in fact, have relatively resumed operations. This has been according to Gaza's government media office. This has been a very significant logistical step forward. It means that aid trucks have reached Gaza secure at specific and organized storage points, alongside also with being completely prepared for distributions. We have seen that some bakeries here in the central area started to bake bread, which has been one of the most pressing needs for Gaza's population. But the question here remains that whether Israel will allow for an unconditional flow of aid to the Gaza Strip, as the United Nations says that Gaza needs at least 500 aid trucks on a daily basis in order to help averting the current hunger crisis, following the very catastrophic and severe proportions of hunger that Gaza has been completely engulfed with. And we know so far that the number of aid trucks that has entered Gaza is still a drop in the ocean of needs here, and people are expecting that the Israeli military might allow for more aid to flow into the Strip, but it might be temporarily, because Israel has expressed its willingness to allow for Gaza Humanitarian Foundation to be the responsible body of distributing aid here in Gaza, citing main fears that aid might be exploited by Hamas, which has been denied by many UN agencies. Now, the context here is that the aid here for Gaza is a lifeline, and Gaza has been cut off from all kinds of aid for almost 80 days. And now, with this relative meaningful advancement, the situation is expected to move forward. But people are quite concerned about the idea that the Israeli military will expand its ground operations in Gaza, which might threaten really the process of distributing aid here.
And Tareq, in the past 24 hours, more Israeli attacks in Gaza City, we know, and of the al-Awda hospital in northern Gaza. How does this continued violence affect the very effort of distributing aid and, of course, the ability of health facilities to continue going?
Well, the Israeli military has intensified its aerial and ground bombardment across the entire Gaza Strip, and in particular near al-Awda hospital in the northern part of Gaza, which has been one of the few medical facilities operating in the north amid very dangerous circumstances there. We have been updated from the management of the hospital that one of the main medical supplies warehouses has been targeted by the Israeli military. A huge fire has broken out on the site of the attack. Until now, they are unable to contain it. But on the ground, the escalation means that there will be more devastating ripple effects, especially in the process of distributing aid here in Gaza. Till now, no aid trucks have made their journey to the north of the Strip, and if aid routes will be under fire, it means that simply aid will not be able to move to the north, and aid workers will not feel safe to operate on the ground, which will hamper the entire process of distribution and will create further layers and layers of complications for families who have been desperately waiting for a trickle of aid, at least, to access the Strip. So Gaza, all Gaza right now is still an active war zone, and the process of aid distribution might be completely be affected from this ongoing escalation, as Israel completely targeted different medical warehouses, and many fear that bakeries that might resume operation on the ground might be targets themselves.
Tareq, many thanks. Tareq Azzoum there in Deir el-Balah in central Gaza.
Make sure to subscribe to our channel to get the latest news from Al Jazeera.